as a customer, how long does it typically take to implement SAP Signavio? Forever.
No, it's
not implement. I just kidding. I use it.
Well, your earlier question, Kendall, was interesting. You had asked about like what our favorite piece of the suite might be, or and I think both of us answered. One of them is Process Insights. So Process Insights, which is used to, of course, look broadly across your SAP systems processes. I have seen our solution engineers have that up and running and generating customer data in 14 and a half minutes. And so the brilliant thing about it is it is almost magical, because you sit there and people are kind of amazed, because it starts generating data very, very quickly. And they're generating insights from their systems,
Isn't it as long as it takes
quick.
for someone's system to run one loop or whatever?
Yes. Yeah. And the caveat to that is, of course, the system has to be up to date and have all the current notes applied, but it can be up and running very quickly. For some of the other pieces of the suite, it can take a little bit longer when you start to think about like intelligence. You have to map it in, and that takes a bit longer. So, it's a little bit variable. And then, of course, mapping modeling, that's really self-paced. And so it's based on, how exactly are you using it? You can start using it and building maps and models almost immediately. But with regards to importing things and so forth, that's pretty quick too, though.
Yeah, exactly. So, Kendall, just to add, we are talking about, we're not talking about weeks and months any longer. We're talking about hours and days in short. But then what Gerry said is Process Insights, and that's first time effort. So once you have done that and it's connected real time to your environment, you wouldn't do anything. All it does is then it gives you the latest insights, right, on your performance based on that specific time. And you can also see the trend analysis, that how am I trending on a specific process performance over the time, over the last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So once you have that real-time connection, you can see all of those insights in a trend fashion also. So that is super cool. And yeah, of course, others, as Gerry said, it totally depends on the breadth and requirement. If you're looking to redesign your entire organizations and having those processes redesigned right from the scratch, right, for using process modeling, we wouldn't say from the scratch. We'll say always start with the best practice and then tweak those processes. So that could be a multi-month project if you're looking to change everything right from the ground. But having a quick insights, that definitely is pretty quick, right, from the Signavio these days.
So what kind of person or what division or role of a company would be the ones that would be kind of responsible for the Signavio?
So that's a great question, Kendall, and we would say that this is about the mindset, and it's about the culture shift, right? Having a process mindset versus the system mindset. And we recommend that should be directly owned by the business. It should not be a responsibility of let's say, process modeler or something. It should be a responsibility of that respective business owner, right? So we would say in the future scenario, our recommendation is that the business owner of a specific area should be the one responsible alongside the process he or she owns, along with measuring these performance, and then be able to model that further. So in the past, historically, you would say there used to be a BPM organization. There would be some folks who were just working on process modeling. But I think in future state, that is evolving definitely, right? And we are seeing more and more of businesses getting engaged in these activities, business process owners or business leaders who are directly overseeing all of these efforts. So that would be our recommendation also, that we directly have the business owner working right alongside the IT to make the entire process transformation happen along the way.
Yeah, so not like just one person, but maybe one person in every division, really.
Yeah, and think about it. I mean, in the
area,
traditional working used to be that there are folks who would work on the VZO, right? They'll create an offline model, and then there will be one person responsible for each process model. And then if you have any changes, then you have to send that offline file, then tweak and then send it back. So it used to be a lot of back and forth. In future state, I think it's all digital. It's all in the tool. All you have to do is not only design it from scratch, you just adopt the best practice. Every process model is already created for you. If you want to tweak one single step, you just make the tweak and it's all done, right? And then you also have to integrate that with your process intelligence and other insights to see that how exactly those processes are being executed along the way. But I think in future, it's going to be pretty simplified. You wouldn't need to spend those manual efforts with that person who is updating your VZ offline every single time, making the versions management. So that person can spend his time elsewhere, be more productive, right? Focus on more customer experience, more customer-facing tasks, and tasks where you could innovate and make a difference to your organization versus just updating the document, right? So that